on YouTube. You back in it again with your boy Germ. This is the Garage Chronicles. Today is going to be the day that we try to finish up this Civic and try to get this whole bodywork stuff completed. So it's a Monday, and I'm about to try to blow this stuff out, man. The holidays is coming up, so the Civic needs to hurry up and finish up because we got a lot of projects coming in. So what today's plan is to finish up the wide body in the back. I got everything cut out. I got the side skirts all fitted up. I cut the front wide body molding, all that fiberglass setup work. I just went and picked up some sandpaper. Got my sand cloth. Got some new all this Harbor Freight stuff, man. These are all Harbor Freight, so it's all cheap. You know, we keep the Harbor Freight going on for you guys. Nothing here is all expensive. We try to keep it so everybody can do what we are doing at an affordable rate. So I got my my bondo here. This is the gold. I think for a whole thing of this was like $27 from my auto body shop. It's really good stuff. It dries in like 20 minutes. I also have my bondo glass. I got this from, I want to say this was like 21 bucks. Got this from AutoZone. So I picked that up there. Some of the stuff I already had, like the sanders and block sanders and all that. As you can see, I had some old sponges, putty knives to put the bondo on, but they just a little worn out. They've been through a lot of work dealing with the Cadillac. So I just bought some more. It was like $8 for a set of 4. So got some of those. So I got some 80 grit here. I got some 120 grit here. I have 220 grit here and 60 grit. The 60 grit is basically, I'm just going to be using that to knock all this paint off. Knock all the excess paint off of here. So we're going to bring this all the way up to this point here. Knock all that off there. Bring this up high. So I'm going to sand down all the way up to this point here, all the way here, because we're going to have to really blend all this in. And I'm going to, even though this here is plastic, I'm going to put body filler over this entire thing. And remember, it's cut here. I did the slice there so that we can still remove the back bumper from the vehicle, and I didn't want it to be one whole piece. So this would be bonded to the bumper by itself, so the bumper will have body work as well. So I'll be using the bondo glass first to patch the deep holes here and to patch all these screw holes. So the bondo glass will go over this whole set first. That'll be the first layer that goes onto this body, to the body of this car. And then after the bondo glass hardens, we'll sand down the bondo glass real smooth. We'll come back over with the gold. We'll come back over with the gold, and we'll feather it all in. We'll put the gold all over the fender here, and we'll work our way up until we got all the gold body filler set. And after that sits for 20 to 30 minutes, we'll come back with some 80 grit. We'll break that whole 80 grit down with the orbital sander here. This is a Harbor Freight orbital sander here. We'll break that down. Then we'll come back with another set of bondo gold. It's a couple steps into this process. Some people will go one time and think that they can see. You literally probably going to be I'm probably going to put at least 4 layers of bondo on this thing just to get the right consistency and the right texture to the way I needed it to smooth, to blend this to smooth, to make it look like it belongs to this panel, like it was one piece in the first place. So there is a lot of work into this. But once we do all those coats, I'm only gonna hit the orbital sander with the first like 2 layers of bondo, and then the rest we will use the block sand to get it smooth. The block sand is the best way and the only way to go when you're dealing with bondo, because it cuts it down to a smooth. Basically, you can cut everything smooth to the original panel. So always use a block sand to do all your body filling work. They do come in electric sanders and all that stuff, but like I said, I'm trying to just keep this job cheap. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this, and yeah, I'm gonna put everything else in probably put it in like hyperlapse mode or whatever. I'm using my cell phone right now because Dev is not here at the moment, and he has the GoPro. So I'm just using the phone. So I'm just going to set my phone up for like hyperlapse mode. And then I'm just going to go ahead and try to just blow this stuff out for you guys. And then once I do this one side, you guys will pretty much understand how the other side goes. I'm only going to film one side. I don't need to get both. And then I'll take a couple pictures. You know how it is. So let me go ahead and stop all this talking. You are back again with your boy. And I got a little Ave out here today too. Say hi, Ave.
Hi there.
All right, so we have this dry now. It's been about an hour and some change. It's still sticky, but the first layer, don't ever go off thinking that it's not fully dry because the front layer is sticky. Well, there's like a protection layer over it, and it's always going to be sticky until you knock down that first layer of sanding it. I got to watch my son because he'll tear our stuff up. Let it go. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm about to start putting the bondo on there. So while it's still nice and tacky and sticky, that allows us to throw another coat on this setup. I'm going to knock down some of the areas that are high, that got little high areas.
Daddy.
Oh, thank you. I didn't sneeze, but he said bless you. I'm going to knock down little high areas like that. Let me focus on there. Little thick high areas like that. All the high areas, we're going to knock them down with 60 grit, just super quick. And then we're going to mix up some bondo. And then we're going to flood this thing, man. We're going to start from the bottom down here and work our way all the way up to the top until she's 100% smooth. Then we'll let that fully dry for about 30 minutes. Come back, sand it down, put another layer, sand it down, put our very last set finish. If everything looks right and smooth, we got to get rid of that fender line right there. We got to get rid of that, but we already sealed it, so we should be golden. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna slap you guys on a time lapse while we go ahead and work this out so that we can speed up the process. So let's get to it. This thing is coming out better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. So we just put our first layer of bondo on here. We're gonna let that sit for about 30 minutes. It's a 20-minute harden time, but I like to give it just an extra 10, just in case I went a little too light on the hardener, or maybe I went a little too heavy. You just never know. But the extra 10 minutes won't hurt it. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. You can see how this thing is starting to take shape. Like I said, I want to go over the entire fender because I want this body filler and everything to match the same way on the plastic. I didn't just want to paint the plastic, so I just covered the entire piece, but that's what we're looking at right now. So we got all the way down to the bottom here, and we got all the way to the back of the bumper. It's looking rough. It's looking crunchy. It ain't the best way to put on body filler. I'm no kind of professional. Damn, I forgot to get that off. That's going to harden, but I'm here to do this video. So the next step after this is actually sanding this down smooth. Okay, sanding this down as smooth as I possibly. I'm gonna use the DA, but I'm gonna sand it down as smooth as I possibly can with the DA. Not digging into it, but just knocking down all these high lumps that's gonna be here, like that. Smoothing the surface, getting it back smooth to the original body line, all the way around the gas tank area, the bumper, and the whole nine. Once I smooth it all out, my plan is to go back over it again with doing it the exact same way with a whole nother layer of bondo. That's going to get any type of pinhole marks from after I'm sanding. That's going to get anything else, and it's going to fill in the rest of the shape that we need right in here. And some of these areas will still look dipped because you can still see where that original plastic body line was. So it's going to need another layer of bondo. And that next layer, once I do that next layer of bondo, I will come in. After I 80 grit this, I'm going to use the block sand. Okay. This thing is amazing. I got this from, oh man, put my sleeve in there. I got this block sand here. It's a sticky block sand. 80 P80s, the 80 grit's what I use. And the good thing about this is that, look, I'm doing one hand. It bends. See that? So you get that bend that you need to make this, you see, to make this, because it's not a straight panel. So you don't want to hit it with a straight block. You want it to be able to bend because you want this here to smooth straight up into it like this. So this is going to get a whole lot more body filler here on this mark here, but not this. Am I making sense? So I'm going to fill this area here in because I want this to go like this. Right up into the body filler. So you'll see as we go. We're going to let this sit. I'm going to go do the other side. Since I already time-lapsed you on this, I'm going to go knock that side out, and I'll tune you guys in once we get ready to start sanding. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I'm starting to feel like a freaking somebody that could really do some fabrications. I mean, between working on the Cadillac fixing that fender that one time that was completely dented in, and now sitting here on a Civic and doing wide bodies on the back of the Civic for such a cheap price. Look at this. Look at the work. Now watch how it comes down so smooth, how it joins. This is the first layer of bondo. So it's been 2 layers so far. So far it's been the bondo glass, this bondo, and look how it comes down and transition into the very smooth. Look at that. Like, if I get to the side of the body, look at that. It looks like one piece of the car. You can still visually see where the body line here, that's the original panel piece. So I'm gonna still bring this out some more. Gotta knock some of this down, but that's okay. That's all for last and finish. But I'm gonna put a little bit more. Well, this whole thing is gonna get hit one more great time. I'm just gonna fill it with some bondo really good. I block sanded, as you saw, with the 80 grit block. So we hit it with the block sand. That's why it's so smooth and everything is cut so even, because the block sand cuts it down. Sorry, I got this light up here kind of stopping you from seeing it. But you want as much light as possible. It's just like doing drywall. When you sand and drywall down, some reason when you put that light in the angle of the drywall, you can see where it's still lumpy when you set your mud. But we're not on drywall right now. It's the same plastic with pin bondo on. So let me see if I can move this light just a little bit out the way there. There we go. So you see how smooth that body is? Look. Hear it? No more lumps there. And look how beautiful the bumper blended. Look. It's a little dusty in here. Sorry. Excuse me. But I got to put a little bit more filler over this here. You can see one little screw. Let me focus on it. That's one of the screws down deep. But we can get the filler to fill that over with our next scope. But that's pretty much one with the bumper. Like literally. That's one whole transition. And it just blended in so smooth, man. This looks like it's one part of the car. I'm not kidding. Like, I feel like I did a great job. Just for some unexperienced. See, I can step back right here and I can see a little lump right there. I can feel it. But you can only take down, it down so much on that first coat. That first coat is just going to get you a visual of where you need to go. The second coat, you're going to lay it over again, not as thick as the first one. You're literally just going to give it a skim coat, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch thick all the way around. So I'm debating. I think I'm just going to go over and sand the other side, and I think I'm going to put the skim coat on there tomorrow because I don't like my bondo to sit too long. I like to get it after the 20 to 30 minutes and then start sanding it because it sands a lot easier than just letting it sit. Here doesn't transition smooth with the body of the car. People will know that bondo and there was work being done over here. You want to make this look as if this car came out the showroom just like it is right now. So right now I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, just wipe it down. I'm not going to do nothing else to it tonight. I'll finish it up tomorrow. So I'll end this video right here with you guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Once again, it's been a long day. Hit that bell icon and stay tuned with us because we got a whole lot coming. Like I said, I'm gonna give you a lot of content on the Honda. We've been giving you content on the Cadillac, and it's coming along real well. It's almost completed. Just keep rocking and rolling with us, man. And remember, I just want y'all to remember one thing: that you don't have to be a professional to do any of the work that we're doing. You go on budget with it, where we're spending the cheapest we can spend. We're none of us is licensed or have ever done half of the stuff we're doing. So if we mess up, we mess up. That's our fault. So you just gotta believe in yourself and keep on striving, man. But stay tuned with us, man. We're gonna keep on rocking and rolling, and we out. Yeah, it's your boy John. Bye.